And you know what we're doing, Johnny? We're going to do some live streaming into Instagram. I hope to get that going on later today or tomorrow. But the goal here is to do a behind the scenes of what's happening mornings in the lab from my point of view. They cost me $400, and they take video, they take photo, a good point of view. They got speakers inside them, so you can listen to tunes.
I'm fucking fighting off some sort of. Terry's been sick for a week.
Yeah,
and I'm like getting through it. And this morning I woke up and I'm like, fuck, I can feel this thing got a hold of my shirt tails. I'm digging, baby. I'm digging. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going. I turn a positive at it. Okay, I know I'm really sucking here. I'm really sucking wind. So I'll bust my ass and I'll extend my nap. So I find a positive in the negative.
Scientists have just declared the midlife crisis dead. Research is showing that your mindset about aging matters more than your age. Johnny, a positive outlook doesn't just feel good, it can add years to your life.
Life is changing for a lot of people, and it's going upward as they get older. I don't think people are hitting the midlife crisis because we're actually we're forced to work on things and do things that we want to do. If you said that, I sold my company for 50 mil, I don't know what to do, I'm losing my fucking mind. People would demonize you for that.
Yes, but it's true though.
But it's true, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
I signed the check on Friday, got the bank account on Friday, put the money in the bank on Friday, woke up on Monday, empty and lost.
Because that when you're constantly improving, those numbers are they're just like a gauge of your success.
That's it.
When you do the shit that keeps you alive, you don't get old.
Your fitness directly influences your career success. It's not just about looking good. It's about showing up at your best day in and day out. So when you are physically unfit, you're more likely to burn out, make poor decisions, and lose focus under pressure. Why is the meeting more important than you? Doesn't make any sense to me. We talk side hustles on the show, but your health, not a side hustle. No, it's the foundation for success. When you know your why, the nerves disappear and the confidence steps in. Don't wait for perfect, just start. I don't think people expect perfection, Marty, because we're live. Has LeBron ever made a mistake? Well, sure he has. Did Kobe make mistakes? Well, sure they have. Did Wayne Gretzky make mistakes? Well, sure they have. Right? It's accepting it, and it's acknowledging that a messy setup kills your vibe and your credibility. Don't think you're talking to an audience. Think you're talking to one person. Just imagine yourself talking to Marty on the other side. Confidence isn't just what you say, it's how you show up. Right? So how you might dress, how you might present yourself, how you might move in front of the camera, how you might speak with your arms. But boys, moving with confidence is half the battle.
You got some fucking beast, 300 pounds, 6'5" dude. And then you got this little 150 pound wet, just angry, crazy motherfucker that you can see in the little guy's face. He's willing to die. The big guy is out of there. Whoever's willing to die in a fight will win.
You're not going to feel confident if you're fucking rolling over, hitting the snooze button, eating shitty food. You're never going to get to the idea of wearing what makes you feel good. The audiences don't want perfect. They really don't want, they want you. They absolutely want you. The reality is this, boys, the good, the bad, the honest, it's all fuel for improvement, and people are going to accept the fact that you're going to make mistakes. Just post it. Johnny, don't overthink it. Hit publish, even if it's not perfect.
If you look for an excuse, you're going to find an excuse, right? Sometimes you got to do shit when you don't feel like it. But if you come up with this, if you look for a sorry excuse, you're going to come up with a sorry excuse.
The human brain always looks for a reason not to do something. You don't have to train less, you just have to train smarter.
Lifting heavy is relative to the person.
Yes.
And what it means is you're challenging yourself. For one person, challenging themselves might be 1 pound. For another person, it's 100. For another person, it's 1,000. I don't focus on the act of brushing. I focus on the act that I'm 53. I got one fucking cavity, and I'm going to keep my teeth. You need to take a walk for 30 minutes because you want to stay alive for your grandchildren. Don't think about what you want to do, because most things you're not going to want to do, but think about what those things are going to give you in terms of your life. As soon as you recognize that you need to do a few things on the surface, because it's going to give you what you want down deep for the big picture, the whole thing starts to change. Eat enough of the right food so that you have a hard time getting down the wrong food.
You'll never see me too far apart from flesh in a plastic bag.
You're always going to find a Ziploc sack with some flesh within reaching distance.
It sounds easy, right? So spread this out over the day and you're good. But Jorie, is it that easy to get that 100 grams of protein a day?
If you plan it, you prepare it, you can execute it. And then it's not
You
so
know
hard.
that
If I walk up to you and I ask you, hey, what are you eating tomorrow? You should probably know.
Yeah.
Add things like nutritional yeast, hemp hearts, ground flaxseed, and those will add heart healthy fats, but also increase the protein content.
It's called Cal AI. It's an app. You take a picture of your plate and it will instantly tell you the macronutrients on your plate.
if you're looking for a way out, you're going to find a way out. In most cases, there's foods that people don't like that they can prepare differently and they will like. They're just not giving it a shot.
You just have to understand. So you could make a nice smoothie in the morning with your tofu and nut butter, and you can easily get 20 to 28 grams of protein in that smoothie. Right?
Yes, I do think thyroid is one of the Western medicine's biggest, it's like cholesterol. It's like, oh, thyroid issues, let's go subscribe some levothyroxine. I sometimes wonder how real the thyroid issues are compared to the reality of what is actually happening. It's only -1 degrees Celsius, which is 35. So we are happy here today, man. It's like fucking sunshine weather. I got the shorts out. All right, Jorie Janzen's getting out of here. We talked about how to get yourself 100 grams of protein into your body. Scientists have just declared the midlife crisis dead. We are in an era now where you got to create content at scale. You got to do it constant, because if you're not, I'm going to, and so is Jon, and so is Marty's.
Opportunities, they hide, and they're just on the other side of things that freak us out. But you got to stick in that long enough to see them. When you create the habit of learning to respond rather than react, now you're keeping much more control of the situation.
My non-negotiables, if I get them done, I don't care what happens for the rest of the day.
Yep.
Because my non-negotiables are done, and my non-negotiables, for me, I believe, help me live a day longer. I don't care about fucking work, paying the bills. I just want to live a day longer.
We're making tons of progress, and the best part is it's just going to give us the ability to serve more people in different regions of the world.
Mornings in the Lab is a living magazine. Every single hour, there's new content being created and distributed and produced. Yeah, that's the future. We've stopped making content. We're only creating conversations now. And one conversation can become different types of content across different platforms. Listen, boys, time isn't something you find.
When you start focusing on your green lights, you start making more green light. You've got to shine a light on your big things, and you've got to hold them close to you and remind yourself often, because those big things are confidence boosters.
The new economy isn't about hustle nation. It's about smarter strategy. And Jorie is proof that you don't need to sacrifice freedom for success.
Entrepreneurship is an ever-expanding network of strangers trusting each other.
Yeah. Live Conversation OS, which doesn't create content, it creates conversations, and then we distribute them across all the platforms. Own the conversation in the morning, you will see magic. An hour a day can create content for the whole day until the next day. A study from the Journal of Sleep Research found, Stephen, that partnered sex with an orgasm helps you fall asleep faster and improve sleep quality. Your body counterbalances the excitement of sex with a wave of calm, making sleep much easier. But Stephen, Jimmy, Tommy, here's the kicker. Masturbation or sex without an orgasm doesn't have the same sleep-inducing effects. We're working hard to create great conversation, not content. Conversation for you. You guys have an awesome day. Have an awesome day. We'll see you in less than 24 hours. Again, here in the loop. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends.